Alrighty, good morning, good afternoon. I hope you're all doing super. Good to see everyone here. Hey Ted, how are you doing? 10 months without a computer, that's unthinkable. Absolutely unthinkable. So good to have you back with us. Welcome back again. Hey Sujit, how are you doing? We caught up in Dubai. Good to see you on the live stream. Welcome back. Hope to see you again soon in person as well. Hey Stefan, good morning. Hey Diana, how are you doing? Good morning. Right, so in today's video, we will be talking about gold. It was at an all-time high at 2740. It retraced right back down, now trying to climb right back up again. We'll talk about that. We'll look at the dollar index hitting 104. Is there going to be further upside on the dollar index? And then also on the US yen, reclaiming that 151 price level after a big drop over the last couple of months. It's right back up again. So everything is back up again, and gold creating new highs. We'll talk about all of that in this session. But first, three, two, one, and we are back. So, if you're on the session, don't be shy. Drop a message, say hi, let me know where you're joining us from. A lot of new viewers, a lot of back again, I don't know what's it called, revisiting viewers as well. So do drop a message and say hi, let me know where you're joining us from. Let me know that you're on the session. I love to find out. And what else? Remember, you can help me out massively by remembering to click on that like and subscribe button. A lot of viewers, not a lot of clickers. So get clicking away. And if you haven't already, join the YouTube membership, Elite Navigators. We have live streams. You get the TSR MACD. You get all the other indicators, not all the other MACDs, all the other indicators that I'm developing and will release to you guys and girls as well. All right, so make sure you do that. Good morning, Angel Case. How are you doing? Hey, Tam from South Africa. Good to have you with us. Hey, Jimmy, how are you doing? Hope you're all doing super. Hope you've all been trading well. Markets have not been too crazy. Right? The markets have not been too crazy. In fact, it's been a little bit, I would say that, well, I only restarted fully yesterday, and I would say that it's been quite conducive. I managed to get in and out right at the right time. Last night, traded the gold up, got out right before it dropped, sold it, put a take profit, went to sleep, woke up, hit my take profit, and it bounced right back up again. Super happy with that. Euro dollar, sold it, went down, closed out, and then now it's bouncing back up. And on the US yen, traded it up all the way. That was shared with you guys on the Discord channel. Massive move on the US yen. I think I caught about 120 to the upside on the US yen. Maybe a bit less. All right, so I hope you all have been trading well as well. If you have any questions, put it into the chat and let me know. Right, so in terms of looking at the news, in terms of looking at the fundamentals, not a lot has happened. Not a lot has happened. Just a quick recap from yesterday. You see no big major news from yesterday, and that's why we saw prices continue on with its trend. Well, a bit of retrace, but continue on with its trend. And then through to today, we see, again, not a lot of news to be had. We do have Governor Bailey from the BOE speaking at 9:25 p.m. GMT plus 8. Now, I'm back to plus 8, not plus 4. Was it plus 4 or minus 4? Yeah, not in Dubai time, Singapore time for now. All right. Governor Bailey from the BOE due to speak at the Bloomberg Global Regulatory Forum in New York. I don't think he's going to say too much in terms of interest rates decisions. We do have FOMC member Harker speaking and Richmond Manufacturing Index to be released. All that, not super keen on those. Not, I don't think it's going to drive prices too crazy. But I saw something this morning and I thought it was quite funny that I wanted to highlight to you guys. Apart from Hugh Hefner's son wanting to buy Playboy for 100 million, that's funny on its own. Where was it? There we go. Fed's daily, member daily from the Fed Reserve, expects further rate cuts. All right, expect for daily estimates neutral rate closer to 3%. Right now, it is at a 4.75 to 5% within that benchmark area. 13% chance that they're going to hold it, 87% chance that they're going to cut by 25 basis points. So even if it gets down to 4.5%, Fed Reserve member Bailey expects it to be closer to 3%. But at the same time, Fed Reserve member Schmidt favors a slower pace of interest rate reductions. So it's quite funny. One member currently, interest rate currently at 4.75%. One member saying, hey, we should be down to 3. And it sounds like it's, we should be pushing it down to 3 quickly. And then another member at almost the same time saying we should go slow, right? We should go slow given the uncertainty, right? I'll show you that one. Favors a slower pace of interest rate reductions given uncertainty about how low the US central bank should ultimately cut rates. One person saying 3, one person saying slow it down because we don't know how low it should go. So a lot of conflicting news, or 2 conflicting headliners there from the Fed Reserve. And because of that, what we've seen is the dollar did push up, hit 104, hesitated around that level, and now retracing back down slightly. I'll tell you more about the dollar index shortly. But in terms of news, not much to look out for today. Through to tomorrow, well, at 3:15 a.m., I'll probably be still awake by then. Future of cross-border payments, faster, safer, together. That sounds like a very good tagline. I might steal that. Change this trading community to call it the faster, safer, trade together community. Safe and inclusive fast payments across borders. I don't think President Lagarde from the ECB is going to say too much about rates decision. Through to tomorrow at 9:45 p.m. GMT plus 8, we do have the Canadians, the Bank of Canada, with their interest rate decision. Told you about that yesterday. 4.25%, likely to go down 50 basis points to a 3.75%. I'll tell you more about that tomorrow during the live stream as we see how price develops in the lead up to this news decision. Okay, so for now, looks like it's going to be trending with intervals of retracements, but the trend is going to be your friend at least for today and possibly through to tomorrow. Might change a little bit on Thursday with the PMI numbers, although I don't think PMI is going to change too much. Might cause a little bit of a blip. So we'll watch out for that. Okay? Any questions so far? Put into chat, let me know. If not, then we'll look at the currency pairs, starting off with the dollar index. Hey Richard, how are you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Right. So now, dollar index. Yesterday we said that the dollar index needs to stay above 103.40, which is right there. Right. So we were right about that point there. Right. I said it was going to come down. It came down not as much as I expected before it pushed right up. That red line there. Then I said it was going to come back down possibly towards the trend line. It's trying. I think it might just pause along 103.80, but then we're looking for it to go up towards 104.20. Okay, so take that away for now. On the dollar index, what I'm looking at here is that's a resistance now turned support. If this stays here, okay. So today being the 22nd of October, firstly, dollar index is retracing, testing 103.80 support level, right? Needs to stay above 103.60. Needs to stay above 103.60 to continue uptrend to 104.20. There we go. So right along this support level, what I'm anticipating is that it could come down to about that point if it breaks that support, but then we're looking for it to push back up towards 104.20, right? If it breaks. If it doesn't break, then it could just bounce off this support and push up towards that 104.20 interim resistance level. The big key resistance would be, let me see again, H would be up there. I would say that's a good resistance level to highlight. Okay, there we go. So retracing, consolidating slightly along the support, looking for it to push further to the upside on the dollar index. So generally looking for further strength. Now with that said, then we'll look at the Kiwi dollar. Right, so Kiwi, yesterday we talked about this, for it to break down below 6040 to trade down. It came down slightly, didn't break all the way. You would have about a 20 pip move to the downside. Right, about a 20 pip move to the downside, closed out, or you'll also see that once it popped out, I'll zoom in a bit more. You could have closed out right there, or as it pushes down, you see that the TSRI MACD was crossing back up. Once you see that crossover, for those of you who were with me in Dubai, remember I talked about this, you don't want to think about it there, you want to see that triangle, that crossover before you decide what to do. That's when you see it come back and you see that develop to push back up. Right, so that was the Kiwi dollar to the up. Well, to the downside, now rebounding slightly. Take that away. I'm going to keep that there because I want to do a weekly review video, so I'm just going to keep that there. Ideally, what we'll have is 5 blocks that we can do a review on at the end of the week, right? Or at the start of next week. Now, with that, that's a whole move down. We catch that one. That's still my resistance area. That's fair. I don't need that anymore. Take that away. Right. Okay. So coming back to the present, that's my resistance area. And actually, I'll take that away. It's distracting me. Okay, push down, test this level, bounce back up. I'm thinking that it needs to stay below 6080. I don't even think it'll go that high. That's like the maximum level. I think it's going to consolidate along this point before possibly pushing back down. Why I think that? It's going to sit along this level because dollar index is retracing now. But if the dollar gains that strength back up, then we're going to see this push back down. Okay, so you want to see that test. You can go for a little bit of an aggressive entry at 6040, what we spoke about yesterday. Or you could be looking at that point for it to break lower. So sit there, turn back down, 6010. Stop loss 20, no more than 20. I think that's generous. Take profit, you have that 30, 40 pips to the downside. Let me see what's this. Okay, you have that. I think that's a good point, but it's in this whole range. So I'll be happy with that. I'm thinking, can you go a little bit earlier? 6015, 20 to 40 to the downside. Sit there. So what we're looking for is that it does that back down. Okay. So 6015, 20 to 40 to the downside. There we go. Move that slightly, okay, so that we can see the candles. Now with that, then looking at the Aussie dollar, same thing. Absolutely the same thing. This time it didn't even come down enough to trigger the downside move. It came down slightly before bouncing back up again. You would also notice that we have that pushing down, right? From that top, those two levels, this third level here. So what we're looking for is that it possibly comes back up here and tests this trend line and push right back down. At this point, you will also notice that, or you could notice that there was a little bit of a that way, right? You're looking at that, possibly going to do that. You might think an inverted head and shoulder, and then to break up. I think it's a little bit too early, and with the way the dollar, unless it breaks down from this 103.60 level for big downside, I don't see huge moves to the upside on the Aussie dollar. All right, so Aussie dollar stay below 6.7 to trade down. I'm thinking that you could even be looking at 6.680. Stop loss 20, take profit 40 to the downside, and possibly once you get to that point, you're going to have further downside. Maybe not 100. I don't think it's going to move 100 down to there. Look at that point first. Okay, so what I'm looking at on the Aussie is that it could consolidate along this level We're looking for it to break down off that trend line to push lower. 6680, 20 to 60 to the downside. Okay, Aussie dollar. First thing you want to make sure is that it stays it might go just where? Stays below 0.67. Then you'll be looking to sell at 0.6680, stop loss 20, take profit 60 to the downside. You might go just 30 pips down to 6650. 6650. I think, right, if I can command what the price would do, I think it'll bounce around here. Right? It'll bounce around here, it'll break down, it'll do that, and then it'll do that. Maybe like that. I think you'll do that. While we have this, yes, you want to close out the trade a little bit earlier. That's very possible as well. The thing to remember as well is that there are no big major news today or yesterday, today, and even tomorrow apart from the BOC. So it's a bit odd to be expecting huge moves. But this was just last night at 10 o'clock where we saw the Aussie dollar and actually most pairs move by a good 30-40 pips to the downside, right, as the dollar strengthened. So we're looking at the dollar now retracing. If it strengthens, we could be looking at that 30, 40, 50 pip move back to the downside, continuing on with the trend. Okay, yeah, it's about 30 to 60 pips move to the downside. Now with that, then we look at the pound dollar. And looking at this just makes me smile, just makes me happy. Why? It's because as much as I'm happy when I see my trade enter, hit a take profit, that makes me super happy. The second thing that makes me super happy is when it hits a take profit and it bounces right back up. Very glad on that as well. Then also, if it comes down, hits my support level, does not trigger my trade, and it shows the potential for or it bounces off my support level or my resistance level, builds a confidence, a lot of talk, a lot of meeting traders from all around the world, a lot of you guys in Dubai as well. The big talk is about confidence, how to build confidence, how to increase confidence. It's things like that, right? Looking at how price, we had our support level, it goes right back up, it comes right back down, hits your support level, and it bounces. You go, well, at least I know this 1.2980 level or 1.2970 support level is strong. Check. You know why your levels are there. You know that your levels are, you're confident with your levels. You build confidence with your levels. So whenever it reacts to the level, you know what to do. And in this case, we're going to wait for it. It's retracing. Let it retrace, let it do whatever it does, but I'll still be looking for it to break to the downside. Again, you see that. We're looking for that to break down from that neckline. Yes, it's a very ugly drawing of a pattern there, but you get the idea, right? We're waiting for it to break that support level, which also forms as the neckline. So you keep the same view. 1.2950, stop loss 30 pips, take profit. You got 60. I don't I don't think it's going to move 130 to the downside. You know, 80 would be a reasonable move right there. Okay, so that's what I'm looking out for on the pound dollar. Let it retrace, complete its retrace, and look for the continuation back down. Look, that's still sitting there, but the volume is dropping. The difference is dropping. The histogram is trying to form a bit lower. So we're looking for that to push, then turn back down that way. So 1.29530 to 80 to the downside. 1.29530 to 80 to the downside. Diana says pound looks more bullish for me. Let me check news. Governor Bailey speaking. I wouldn't rule it out, but I just want to follow that trend and also at that 61.8. I feel that for the pound, for me to think about buying the pound back up, I would definitely want to see it break above 1.31 to be extra safe. Not that it's going to be a certainty that it's going to continue all the way back up, but it's been consolidating in this area for, you know, since it set around this level since for pretty much all of October. It came down and then it set in this level, then it broke down and it set in this range. So needs to break 1.3085. 3085, yes. It needs to break that. Correct, absolutely. And if it breaks, even if it does break 1.3085, I'll give it a little bit more, right? Another 15 more pips, 20 pips. I want it to break 1.31, kind of nice round number. And also, you know, although that's 23.6, you also see about that level there. So you want it to break above 1.31. Okay, never say never. It could happen, but I'm gonna try and look for that trend and continuation of the trend to the downside. If you look at that as well, we have that holding. So it does have a couple of levels to break before, you know, it needs to break that trend line. Then it needs to break 1.31, then we could see further upside. Quite likely, now drawing that trend line, quite likely it could even go up and test, look like it's really going to try and break, then it pushes back down. So it could do that, and then do that. If it does that, you might even consider 1.3025 stop loss, about 20 pips, take profit, first one at 50, down to this support level, get out, wait for it to break the support. If it does, sell it down again. Okay, so that's one idea as well. And I kind of like that one. I'll change this. Pound dollar, same thing, is retracing. We'll look to test and reject trend line. Then we'll sell at 1.3025, 20 to 50. 3025. Stop loss 20, take profit 50 to the downside. take that away. So you see, dollar, well, a lot of the pairs, for now, Kiwi pushing up slightly, Aussie sitting there, pound trying to push up, but yet the dollar index is just sitting right across. Okay, yes, I can do CAD Swiss and pound CAD, no worries. Do I look at the TSR MACD on the daily? I look at it all the time. It's just there, right? So even if you look at it on the daily time frame, you can see it trying to push back up, but I'm just looking at that move. So I do want it to break up, and then I'll be looking for the upside. I wouldn't get in just because of the TSRI MACD. Okay. Now, with that, onto the euro again. I did that small trade back down. I closed out as it tested that 1.0810 level, right? And then very happy once I closed out. I was up to like the wee hours yesterday, right? Closed out and it's pushed back up again, or pushing back up slightly right now. So all those didn't even get a chance to get tested. Now on the euro dollar, bouncing off this point, could retrace. I think that if you're keen on the pound dollar back up, I actually would somewhat prefer the euro dollar back up. Right? I would somewhat prefer the euro dollar to push back up, but I would also still be waiting to think that it needs to break above 1.0870. Give it a bit of space to move up first. Hey Cass, how are you doing? Good to have you join us from Denmark. Welcome to the session. Now with that, I wouldn't do anything on the euro yet, right? On the euro, the two levels to watch out for is 1.0780 and 1.0870. Oh man, these numbers are going to confuse me. Hang on. 1.0780 support level or 1.0870 resistance level. There we go. So euro dollar, I either want to see it push up to this point where we could be looking for further upside, even more than that, or we'll look for it to break that support level for downside. In the middle here, do nothing, go trade gold. Go trade gold, go trade yen, go trade something else. Let the euro take its time and develop the bias for a direction. Okay? Now with that, then on to the US yen. I closed out already. I didn't hold it all the way. I got in yesterday, as I shared with you guys on Discord, at about 149.60. All right, stop loss was, I had it at 50 pips to the downside. I had my take profit right up there. Then as it pushed up, and we talked about it, I pushed it higher and higher, got out at 120 pips to the upside on the US yen. It is still pushing up. It is still pushing up right now. If anyone got onto the yen trade, this worked out perfectly. We have it all pushing up. Anyone got onto the yen trade, put into the chat, let me know. Very nice, Angel Case. Thanks for sharing. Good to see. And also, hi Brian, how are you doing? from Canada. Good to have you with us. What time is it in Canada? Must be super early in the morning. With the stronger dollar, gold might head down from the high. That's what we've been looking for, but it hasn't. There's been a big shift towards buying gold because of that. So I'll tell you more about that when we look at gold, okay? I'll remember talking about that when we get to gold. But for now, USDN, apart from Angel Case, anyone else got onto the yen, let me know. Running very well to the upside. Currently just below 151. As an update, if you didn't get into that trade, why not? But you could be looking at 151.15, stop loss 40, take profit 65. TSR MAC about to cross over, back up. I do want to see it. Oh, I don't want that. I do want to see it get higher, so that's there. That's fair. That's fair. I don't need that dotted line there. Okay. US yen, more upside. What you could be looking for as it breaks above 151, 151.15, quick. I'll call this a relatively quick scalp. Stop loss, I want it a little bit wider. I think that we're going to see a little bit of volatility here. So break up, it might do this. This, and then that. Maybe with a little bit more moves. Okay, so 151.15, 40 to 65 to the upside. 151.15, stop loss 40, take profit 65 to the upside. It is hesitating. We talked about hesitation at 150.90 to 151. It's right there now. 150.90 is right there now. So it's hesitating as we expected, looking for that continuation back up. Angel Case, if you're still holding that trade, remember, stop loss to break even, try and secure some profits as well, then look for that continuation to the upside. It is moving right now as I speak. Okay, 1:30 a.m. Good to have you with us, Brian. Thanks for losing sleep and joining us on the session. Now, US yen done, Euro yen. Look at that. I didn't get into this trade. I missed out on this one. I was too busy on gold, euro, and the yen. Now, very nice, Ted. 50 pips on the US yen. Good job. Super happy for you guys. It makes me happy knowing that the analysis, you guys are taking action on it. You're making good profits on it. Super happy. All right. Euro yen, as we looked at, break above 163 to push up. Let 60 pips move towards the top up here. That's happened. Let me know if you got onto the Euro yen. I didn't get into this trade. Not very happy that I missed out on it. Just totally forgot to check. So let me know if you got onto the Euro yen for 60 pips to the upside. Take that away. Take that away. Now we'll keep that. I'll move this up and you want to highlight this point. All right, so take that away for now and that away for now. Okay. So that's what we're seeing on the Euro yen. Big push up, that's so far away, it's not relevant anymore. Swing level here, swing level there, right up to the resistance. If it breaks above this resistance, 38.2 broken, so we can take that one away. If it breaks above this resistance, we have 50% to right there, and then more upside. So don't do anything yet. Don't rush in. Look for it to break one if it continues up, right? We talked about euro dollar possibly pushing up, US yen possibly pushing up. So that's going to drag the euro yen up and away. So 163.90, stop loss 30, take profit 100 to the upside. That is what I'll be looking for on the euro yen. I need to make a note to keep track of this pair, but it is at the resistance. And you've seen it reject this resistance 3 times already. You might want to give it a little bit of space at 164 because it's pushing up now anyway. Right? I think that it could do that, and then that. Maybe a bit more that way. Okay, so we're looking for that. Maybe even a little bit more. So we'll see what happens here at the resistance level on the euro yen. Then onto the pound yen. It's pushed up this hour, right on this hour. Again, anyone got onto the pound yen? 196.30 to the upside, 120 pips up for grabs here on the pound yen as it pushes up, breaking that resistance level. It might retrace a little bit because it's out of the Bollinger right now, but I am looking for a continuation to the upside. Pound, dollar, we're looking for it to push up, test, and reject. So we could see this drag up. I'll keep that view, but if you haven't got into it already, I would say that you look for a retrace. You look for a retrace before getting in. Right, and it could very well be 196.30 again, 50 to 120 to the upside. I do think that there is a good chance it could retrace back down and then bounce back up again. So look out for that. Okay, TSR MACD is crossed over to the upside. That's why I think we might still see the upside move. Good stuff. Remember, help me out, click that, click that like, that thumbs up button, and get more people onto the stream. Now with that, then we look at the Swiss franc. And this is the big reason why it is my favorite, because with everything that moved, yen moving, gold moving, everything else moving, what has the Swiss franc done? It's gone down as I expected. It's gone up as we expected. It's pushed back down, kind of like that. And then it's just sitting right there. Right? So I don't think that's going to be the upside. It hasn't done that. But if you drag this right across, it's the same pattern. It's what we have there. Right? I don't think we're going to see that push up. Now, looking at this, big resistance there, yes. Push my trend line down a little bit. In fact, I don't really need that trend line. We're looking at that. Okay. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking the possibility. Yeah, I know, once we got rid of the euro pound, now the Swiss franc wants to be like the euro pound. Terrible. There is a bit of a level there. It's bouncing around. I wouldn't do anything. I'm considering the possibility that what if it does break down from there, right? Break down that way. So I would then be looking to sell down 8630, tight stop loss, about 10 pips, take profit about 20, just a quick trade. Not super keen on this. I think there's a lot of relatively easier opportunities on the other pairs. Okay, so maybe watch out for the other pairs instead. Now let me do something. I just realized I haven't done it. Let me do that. There we go. Let me see. Aha, there we go. Just getting out some membership. Not the Elite Navigator membership, the Market Explorer membership, out to a couple of you guys just because I can. So there you go. All right, I hope that you guys do experience it, try it out, then join us as an Elite member. It is new. It is a new release. It's a new launch. There is going to be a lot more things coming onto that side of the membership. Okay, so look out for that. So TAM, XAU got it, CAS has it, membership, Lingopedia again, I think, and YTB Bro King, and Ronaldo. All right, now so that's the US Swiss franc, 863010 to 20. So 0.8630, stop loss 10, take profit 20. Tiny trade, not super keen, but it's there to think about. Then on the US CAD, all right, pushed up as we expected, retrace. Now sitting right there, looking for it to push up. At this point, look, I did this yesterday, I'll do it again. H4. This is an H4 time frame. Drag this right out. Right? There you go. Drag this right out. If it does break above that 1.3840 level, so this one tested, didn't break above 1.3845. Right? Tested, didn't break above. This one broke above. And most recently we came close but didn't break above. So what you should be looking for here is that back to the H1. If it does break above this point, you could enter to buy, but be very careful with it. Okay, 1.3860, stop loss 20, take profit 60 to the upside, but I'm thinking that at any point in here it could just come back down, especially with the BOC rates decision tomorrow. So 1.3860, 20 to 60 to the upside. Good stuff, Angel K's. Welcome as a market explorer. I want to see you as an Elite Navigator soon as well. Now, buy on the US CAD at 1.38 something. 60, 20 to 60. 1.3860, stop loss 20, take profit 60 to the upside. Then it comes to my new favorite again, the gold, right? So gold last night traded this up slightly. I closed out at, let me see where did I close out at. I closed out at 27393 on 273,890. 273,890. Close out right there. 273,890, just about there. And then next moment it comes right back down. Then I sold it slightly and then it closed out at 2714, 271488. Just caught it. Just caught it right there, 271488. And then the next moment it comes right back up again. Super happy with those two trades. I would say that's a little bit fortunate as well at some point of consideration. You're most welcome there, Cass. Now on to the XAUUSD. It's sitting right there. I'm thinking, we'll take that one away first. Right, so yesterday it came down about 27.15, bounced back up as consolidating here. It doesn't seem to like 27.40. We're seeing a possible crossover forming, not ready yet, forming to turn back down. I think that as much as it's forming to turn back down, what we possibly could be looking out for is a bit of that kind of move back down again. Something like that, right? Consolidate a little bit and then push back up and then turn back down. But I'm not, if I sell, well, I will sell if it's pushing down, maybe for quick scalps. I'm still looking for that bounce back up to test 27.50 and possibly way up higher to 2800. The channel is strong, so we could be looking on the dollar, on gold, for retracement. Look for possibly retracement, possibly to 27.10. Buy on dip for 27.50 target. Right, so could do that, sit there, look to retrace down to 27, not 27.10 actually, 27.15, and then buy on dip back up. Okay, there we go. All right, now with that, Swiss yen, Euro Kiwi, we can do that shortly. Hang on, I got to CAD Swiss franc for Diana. Where's my CAD Swiss? Okay. Now with that we've done, well, that was a long time ago. That was back in start of October. Now with this, let's see, you have a level there. Yes. Okay. We have the double top on the resistance there. We have this pushing back down. Sitting there. CAD Swiss. Swiss, like we said, not doing anything too crazy. Could come back down with a bit of strength. I'm actually looking at the way the price is developing. Right, I'm actually thinking that we could see it come down to about the 6230 level on this area. and then bounce back up. I wouldn't be too keen to sell it down. I think the more prudent thing to do will be for it to look for it to come down and then look for the possible bounce back up again. Just as how it's been doing on the 28th of September and the 11th of October. It's in a range, but consider news might push it down a bit, push it up a bit and go down, looking to buy. Yeah, I think it's going to push down. I think the buying opportunity is it's right about this area here, which is 16235, where you'll be looking for that buying opportunity. Okay, and then also with that whole big gap in the middle here, so it's going to fill that, test, and then bounce back up. I kind of like that. All right, now I hope that's kind of aligned with what you're looking at. Good morning, Noah Chuku, how are you doing? We've got all the regulars back. Good to have you all. Pound CAD. Okay, next one is Pound CAD. Where's my Pound CAD? Okay, Pound CAD. I had all of that a long time ago. Let's take that all away. Now, at this point, you have trend line. Okay, trend line is right there. Again, actually, you have another one down here. And then you have this point here that it needs to react to. All right, Dinah's looking to sell on the Pound CAD. Pound dollar is trying to go up. CAD has the news tomorrow. With that move, I actually think I'm going to differ from your thought, differ a little bit from your thought process, is that I don't think it's ready to sell. It needs to come back up, especially that 1.8 level, 1.8020 level, and possibly even test this trend line. Top trend line, look for it to test, and then do that. So that's what I'll be looking for. Not ready now, but yeah, if you're looking to sell, either at this 1.80 level or at this trend line at a 1.80, about 1.8080 level, back down. Okay, so yes, sell, but not ready. Let it retrace a little bit more before it pushes back down. Pound dollar seems like there's a little bit of a space to climb. There was a, I have no idea what's a PWH. Sure. I have no idea what's a PWH. Point of, no idea. Oh, previous week high. Okay. Previous week high, looking to sell from that point will be that. That was last week. Yeah, okay, I see that. I think that trend line, I'll still go for that trend line. Might even do that. Okay. Then Swiss yen. We haven't done the Swiss yen for a long time. 1 point. Okay, coming back to this 1.81. Pound cat. 1.81. Yeah. You know me. I wouldn't sell at 1.81. I'll look for it to test, reject, break back down into this area. I'll be looking at 1.8060, that kind of level. So I would like wait a little bit and then come. I like to see it retrace. I like to see it move. Then I'll get into the trade. Okay, but yeah, makes sense. I agree that way, but not right now. Take that one away. Okay. No worries. You gave me chocolate, so it's all good. You can ask questions, you can demand for currency pairs. Now, Swiss yen. A long time since we looked at it, back when this was a resistance. Take that away. Push down 61.8 right now. Okay. It's going to come back down a little bit because it's at 61.8. Could test, could retrace a little bit before pushing back up. Swiss is just being annoying, right? The Swiss franc is just sitting there. As much as the dollar yen tried to push up, is retracing back down slightly now. Everything just seems to be sitting right across. So on the, where is it? Swiss yen, I think that there could be a bit of a retrace to about that point or that level, so in that area, before we could see a bounce back up again. So retrace before a push back up, breaking above the 61.8. The next level would be about that point, and beyond that would be around that point there. So on the Swiss yen, what I'll be looking for, I'll let it retrace, do whatever it does. I'll only be looking to buy it up above 174.70, stop loss 40, take profit. You got the big 145. I don't think it's going to move that much straight away, but you know, you can look for the close out anywhere in the middle of that as well, or move your stop loss to break even and close out in between. Could have a hesitation here at 175.20. Small hesitation before continuation to the upside. All right, Cass, hope that answers your question there on the Swiss yen and the Euro Kiwi. Okay. Euro Kiwi had a big squiggle there. Okay, we don't need that big squiggle, take that away. Go down there, 50%, yes, I like that one. Take all of that away, 50 is right there. Good. Now, next one from here up, you have 38.2 most likely, yes, right there. Now at this point here, finding a little bit of a support. Euro dollar could have that upside move. Kiwi dollar, looking for it to consolidate and look at it. It's sitting right there, looking like might push back down. So on the Euro Kiwi, Euro strength, Kiwi weakness. We're going to see that. Well, we could see that bounce. We should be seeing that bounce. I think what we might actually see here is possibly a bit of a retrace and then a bounce back up. 8, 9, 1, okay. 1.79. I wouldn't do anything. I know the temptation is to try and get into the trade here. Stop loss wouldn't make sense. I would prefer if you look at it there. And then as it pushes up, 1.7980, stop loss would be about 30 pips. Take profit could be about 90 to the upside. Keeping within that range, but you wanted to break above that previous high, or today's high, yesterday's high, before you see it push back up. All right. Hope that's kind of aligned with what you're thinking there, Cass. Missed a missed a swing long entry on Euro Kiwi end of September. Unfortunately, swing long there. I'm guessing that one might have another long way up to go after potential retrace. I think it might. I think that there is some upside, but I don't think it'd be that magnitude. Unless the euro dollar goes absolutely bonkers and goes right back up. But I don't think it'll be something this couple of days. Maybe if on the 7th of November, Fed Reserve goes pear-shaped, like they cut rates and say no more rate cuts until whenever, then we might see a dollar weaken right back down, which will push the euro right back up, which could then push the euro Kiwi right past that resistance and back up towards that next level there. But Cass, you have to promise me, if that does push up and break that resistance of 1.8080, breaks that resistance, make sure you're on the Discord channel or jump onto the live stream and tell me so that I can get onto that trade as well. All right. I don't watch this pair regularly, so I will miss the move if you don't tell me. So let me know. If you're going to get into a trade, especially if it breaks that resistance, let me know. I would love to jump onto that trade together with you. Now, with all that said, please remember, click that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Click join as an elite navigator if you haven't already, or check it out as a market explorer. And the link, I think most of you have, the link for my mailing list, with which you will get my book, my ebook. Some of you have read, some of you have it but haven't read, sent out to you as well. Okay, so join the mailing list there. It's in the chat. And I'll see you all on Discord for more exciting trades, hopefully more exciting trades on gold and all the other pairs. If not, I'll see you all tomorrow, same time, same place, on YouTube during the live stream. Take care now. I'm losing my voice. Take care now. Bye-bye.